what I did to get out of hell. Bottom line, I want you to think about the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Let's understand what we get to do today. It's pretty simple. Let's look at we the people. We the people. We get an SSN. We're taxed before we get the leftover, and then we're supposed to live off that. And then every consumer thinks credit is free money. See, your income's your lifestyle. Then you kind of jack it up and screw it up. Let's look at the 1%ers and the rich and famous people. Corporations ain't what? It's a legal people, legal person under tax ID. You don't pay any tax till you make a profit. And if your lines of credit, the more you bring in, you never pay tax. Is that how the rich and famous people do it too? You've had this ability for the last 154 years. Your problem is you've been falling like sheep. You gotta stop doing that. You got a choice. Simple. You see, what steps are you missing? Well, we're going to find out for the people that show up to the 3-day event this week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to put them in check. And I'm going to show them the steps where they've been lacking, kind of screwing up too. See, the lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. You're not stupid. You just got to quit falling like a sheep, because sheep goes to slaughter, right? You got choices today. Biggest problem, most consumers are afraid to try. Bottom line is hold themselves back. All right, the next thing is they basically don't think they can accomplish the goal. But people do it every day. So let's repackage you, okay? I want to get you to the 1,000,000 to 5. Is that okay? But you got to follow through. So as we do this today, again, I'm going to remind you again and again. Stop bringing the pain home. Next thing is the lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man or woman. People aren't stupid. They just follow like sheep. Maybe that makes it kind of stupid. You see, the bottom line is all you need is a good coach. You can find me. I'm right here. You see, here's the problem. Nobody teaches and preaches what I do. And when I invented the division process in 85 and 86, most people have a little piece. Well, I got total recall on most things and an IQ of 203. Didn't go to high school. I was in college at 14 and a half. Because that would have been a waste of time for me. But I got to drive my Lamborghini to college at 14 and a half. Why not? You see, you got choices today. Let's build your foundation. What about that? Let's talk about that corporation again. But here's the problem. Most people get a corporation spend thousands of dollars for a piece of paper that was free. That's called stupidity. Then they don't learn diddly squat. And then they have the corporation do business. When they get sued, they sue you. Isn't that kind of stupid too? So if we have a corporation as a management company, like the banks, the grocery stores, and the cities do, and rich and famous people, what do we get to do? We can stop bringing the pain home and get a second chance. If your credit is jacked up, you didn't give yourself a second chance, and you did it to yourself. Look in the mirror and jump up and kick yourself in the assets. You got choices today. Put all your ducks in a row, and let me repackage you. Kind of fun. But again, that's that corporate umbrella once again too. See, sheep go to slaughter. And what happens if people follow sheep like their friends and family, kind of rip them off too? How about the attorney, the CPA, and the incorporated service? Why don't you learn to do things for yourself? I don't understand. All right, why would people follow? All right, it's like if they ask you to jump off a cliff, you're going to jump off the cliff too. See, I'm the rich and famous people. I like them. They're fun. They listen better than most people. Even presidents do. So I've been the incorporator for rich and famous people for 45 years. People coming out of prison and people that are homeless too. So I can repackage anybody. It's pretty simple to do. But understand today what happens with most of you. You sit around the kitchen table and have a kitchen table meeting with your friends and family about a business. You get all excited. Yeah! Where are we going to get the money, honey? Hey, let's do this. Why don't we hawk the house, jack up our credit cards, bring the pain home, act stupid, and not get where we want to go? Well, that's what most people do. I don't get it. Why would anybody jack up their personal credit, get stuck, can't write up diddly squat? The moment they go past 29%, the credit goes, I don't understand that. I think that's called stupidity. But again, we got to teach people how to play. All right, I want you to master the rules and tools. But again, write down today's date. Let's see if you can listen today. Let's project 90 working days and hear it again and again and again and again and again and again. If you don't get this in here and go get it, it's your own damn fault. If I can do it, you can do it too. I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. And then it says cash flow for your time. So I own the rights to that too, even though some ding-dong stole it. Maybe I should sue him one day. So you got 12 books and CDs that gave you the full blueprint. I sold it to Bonaventure for what, 32 years, every Wednesday night for 5,000 a set. There's your blueprint. It's right in front of you. I wrote it for you. And then you got a CD. So you can play the game if you want to, or you can basically get down and actually play with me, and I'll rebuild you because I don't want to make mistakes. I don't bring the pain. I'm like you. So that Millionaires Founders Kits 12-book CDs are normally 5,000. It's basically going to be sold as a set of 18 books and CDs today for $1,000. Or if you invest 1,000 during the broadcast only, I'll give you the books and CDs for free. Now, if you truly want to get real estate into the millions and billions, let me know. If you think you're an expert, please answer a couple questions. What's a homestead blocker? What's a UCC one-child mortgage? See, when you think you're an expert, you didn't get millions and billions in real estate like me. You might want to play just a little bit today. How about become the bank? I wrote that out of Nevada when I was the largest registered agent in the world before I died in coma. Now, I sold 10 times more Nevada cars than anybody on this planet till this day. So again, you can learn to be the bank too. You see, there's a game to play. Do you want to win? I think you like winning games too. So $1,000, 18 books and CDs, or if you invest 1,000 a day during the broadcast, you get it for free. See, when you start a business, you better hold your breath. You don't know if you're going to fall off the cliff. They're going to push you down. They're going to catch you. You better hold your breath because you got to understand it's worth it. But you got to be prepared. You got to plan the problem. Now, my journey wasn't so easy. I got born in a taxi on the way to Guardian Hospital. She didn't want me. When am I going to go? Boo-hoo-hoo. I got to be with the rich and famous Hope family, and all she wanted to do is basically tell the world she's helping the kids and use and abuse me. Well, that kind of sucked. But you know, your journey could begin with me today because I want to take away all your excuses. Every day I'm up at 2:25 in the morning. Bingo. I'm on my knees thanking Jesus for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. Why do I look in the mirror? I can put myself in check. I didn't get a mommy and a daddy like you. So I don't have anybody ask me and answer a question for me. And I want to answer for them. So today, it's simple. Have I completed everything I need to? Is there more to be done? It's simple. You let people around you give their opinion. I don't give a crap about opinions unless they brought in millions and billions like me. If they have not, they're full of, you know what? See, the bottom line is blah, blah, blah doesn't pay your bills. So don't let people cloud your direction. Learn to see it, believe it, and go get it. And if you want, I'll do it for you. I'll even hand you the keys. July 4, 2009, I'm on top of the world helping people. 6 days a week. I got 3 yachts in my backyard, too. My wife says, honey, can we take one of the yachts out to watch the fireworks with a group of people? I said, why not? Next day, I'm in a coma. I got to die. Well, that kind of sucks. Especially when I heard my tax attorney trick my wife to sign a POA. When the nurse asked my wife if I was a donor, oh my goodness, they're going to rip out my heart and take it away. But I got a choice that day to stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. You see, your choice is this, and understand, it's your surroundings. No, it's your mind. It's your mindset. Heck, I've been shot twice with a gun. I've been knifed 6 times. I moved 24 times when I'm 11 and a half years old. And every bully at the school, you have to learn to kick it or run, and hell, they'd rather die than run. So understand, shot twice, knifed 6 times too. You see, I'm still here. It's called faith and persistence. So it's not your surrounding, it's a mindset. See it, believe it, let's go get it. But again, you got to pay attention today. Now, one of my books is coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. See, I'm a pastor licensed in California, but I think a lot of people are phony. They act like idiots and they drive to church and say, praise Jesus. Reminds me of Ernest Ainsley when I was a kid. Hey-o, come on. I mean, these jokers are amazing. And then they get back in their car and they drive like a bunch of idiots again. See, being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. And I got to ask God to forgive me all through the day because I just say what I say. But again, it's up to you. How about all the goodies in front of you? Would you like Lamborghinis? How about Duffy's and mansions? I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981 and the fastest kick too. I just wanted to prove that white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. So the next time you hear somebody say white man can't jump, remember I hold the record. That person's stupid. But again, what can I say? You see, I like having race boats in the backyard where you park yours. Helicopters, U-Dogs, and I like Ferraris too. You want some, yachts? But again, you're going to have to use Ray's rules. If I can do it, you can do it too. But again, it's going to be up to you. So we have to use the blueprint that I designed. And we have to learn to see it, write the goal list, believe it, and go get it. Now write down 6 and 611 right now. They say you can rebuild your credit yourself. Good luck with that. Credit repair is a fraud. I don't have to say it. Federal Trade says it every day. Damn, they not act like money up front, but they do. Then we got to look at the Better Business Bureau. Why? Because they're not a government agency. They're a fraud and a Ponzi. You got over 1,000 companies who won't pay their 625 for the A rating because the BBB has an F rating themselves too. KBC, Walt Disney is an example. You see what we get to do? The Better Business Bureau is the largest scam, fraud on the planet to this day. I didn't say it. 2020 and CNN did. You see, they got federally indicted for being a fraud. They were kicked out of cities too. You want an A rating? 625. There you go. 2020 did a special and they said, we are the Taliban. We kill children for money. They paid their 625 and within 2 hours they had an A rating. Look at BBB got busted. Talk about the biggest scam on this planet today. They do say Lexington Law and CreditRepair.com, same company, 755 complaints. And they got 4 government agencies too. I just tell you to be careful. How about LifeLock? I see it every time I turn around on the radio, TV. And Joel's using it too. I don't understand this. To sponsor his show. But they've been indicted 6 damn times. The last indictment was $100 million because they're a fraud. Oh, well, what can I say? Just be careful of that one too. So what are you supposed to do now? Well, let's see. If you're going to do credit repair flaky stuff, all right, or write stupid letters to the credit bureaus that store information, remember, it wakes up the creditors and they get a little pissed off and your score goes down. See, everybody behind these flaky companies think they have a magic wand. They're going to wipe out their debt. There's no magic wand, people. If you owe debt, negotiate the debt. Man up or woman up. It's your debt. Be responsible. The bottom line, if you want a 750 score, understand something today. Any negotiation to be an open collection account. Their ratio 25, 29% on credit cards. A rapid refresh. Now you get a 750 score. By the way, that's called the KISS method. I designed it for you. Can you pay attention? Then KISS stands for keep it simple, stupid. So if you want to rebuild your credit, there's no magic. Bottom line is you have to be part of my program. You got to go to class. You got to write it down. And you got to follow through. The goodies, again, not clip art, things I obtained. 25 steps. Let's look at that today. First thing I want you to do is get your credit reports for free. AnnualCreditReport.com. Next, I want to do is I want to take your credit reports of Experian, Trend, or Equifax. I want to tear them apart. I want you to remember, we the people, you got the choice as a corporation versus you. Ultimate goal is not hard to do, but let's understand. If I'm going to analyze your Experian, Trend, or Equifax, then I'm going to give you an report. I'm going to show you in detail what you need to do on your part, what I'll do for you, and if to get together, we're going to get you 750. Usually in about 90 days. Is that okay? But you got to pay attention and follow through. Now I need you to go back to basics. Please pull out your Social Security card. It's in your personal wallet today. The card you never read in detail. The application for the Social Security card's right in front of you. You didn't pay attention to that too. And if mama got it for you at the hospital because Nixon took the gold standard out. If you did it, it's because before Nixon took the gold standard out. We got to look at line 1. Line 1 is kind of fun. Name to be shown on card. Any name you want to use. Full name at birth other than above. Other names you want to use too. Did you know the SSN was for one reason to create a 1040 tax return? Had nothing to do with credit at all. Now, when you read the card you just pulled out of your personal wallet today, I want you to understand it says do not laminate, do not carry with you, and do not use for ID purposes. So every time you put on an application, you violate the rules. Congratulations, too. Then it says property of such administration, not you. Government agency, by the way, that's the IRS. So if we look at basically the SSN for the 1040 tax return, not credit purposes, because people felt like sheep, that's why they did it. And the next thing, you look at your first paycheck you got years ago. You thought you were ripped off. Half your money was missing. Where's my money? You wanted to go to personnel and say, where's my money? Then someone pointed out the IRS gets their cut before you get the leftover. So we all work for the IRS. Whatever we make under the SSN, they get their cut, we get the leftover, and then we're supposed to live on that too. Our lifestyle is our income. And then we think personal credit's free money and screw it up, like most people do. The biggest problem you had is you didn't pay attention. We're all a bunch of ducks and sheep. If you look at the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, where it says a corporation is a legal person, SS4. So let's understand today, write down irs.gov. Can you do that for me, please? Then write down 1244. I'd like you to take an SSN and SS4 and file one tax return so you almost never pay tax ever again. That's why they classify it as an S corporation, a single filing for you. But again, you got to learn to play. Remember that form right in front of you again. All right, that's the application for the security card. All right, in the corner it says SS5. Let's look at the SS4. Let's compare the two. Since they come from the IRS, both of them too. Over here, SSN equals 1040. Over here, SS4 is for the corporation, division, or subsidiary. So we can build a line of defense. We never had to bring the pain home. How stupid did that make people feel in the first place when they screwed it up? You could have learned to play. Now, I don't know why it took you so long to get here. I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. Where the blank you've been. You're not a good CFO yet, but you will be, and I'm done with you. I want you to balance your debt. I want you to play. We only get one SSM, and 9 out of 10 people screw that up every day. Corporation gets one SS4. What are we going to do? Well, let's see. The banks, the grocers, and the cities, and all the rich and famous people have a parent company that own companies called subsidiary. I mean, I designed division process in 1985 and 86. So you can get a line of defense to get a second chance to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, hell, you might as well be dead. Again, you got to learn to play and not be a sheep anymore. Is that okay with you? All right, but being a sheep is terrible. They go to slaughter. The reality is simple. SSN, SS4, flying eagle. You could play, but again, let's compare again too. SSN, I got to rebuild you because you chose that, not me. Reality is now I got to make you a CFO for the corp and the division, so you can learn about how you should do your life through the corporation versus you being a duck. From here, SS4. If we do a tax ID under the SS4, and I do this for you, if you allow me to, you can be another CFO and not bring the pain home. But again, that's going to be up to you if you pay attention today. So let's do this today. Choose wisely. Put all your ducks in a row under that corporate umbrella too. What a concept. You can have a division literally under you to receive money or daisy chain credit under the corporate umbrella. The ultimate goal. But again, it's going to be up to you if you want to do this and get to the $1 million dream. So understand today, when I do a division of you, I use tax ID. All right. And from there, the office sells it for $999. Good price. But during the webinar live with me now, I discount it to $499. But it's up to you. If you don't sell it right away and put what you sell for, oh, well, just call the office and pay $1,000. It's simple to do. Now, the application for Social Security card again and again, SSN, what? All right. From there, line 1 is for the 1040 tax return. And we look in the corner, it says SS5 IRS. So let's look at the SS4. Let's play. Did you know there's a world meter clock? You see, here's the problem, most consumers, probably you. If you look in Google today, and we go into Google and we look at life death clock. The reason I want you to think about this is when I click it, it's very simple. It's moving by the millisecond. So that means if more people die than are born, then we're in trouble. Since we're bonded up to 35 million apiece and they print money ever since the gold standard out because they didn't have enough gold to print all that damn money. So the reality is we're measured by a millisecond. All right, so that's how Mama had to do the SSM when the babies were born, right after Nixon took the gold standard out. So you could play if you want to SSN, SS4. You could learn not to bring the pain home anymore. Is that okay with you? But again, sorry, I think you all did it wrong. So today we could play if you want to, but again, you're gonna have to learn how to play. All right, but you have to pay attention today too. So if you want to get to $1 million, we can. Be safe. Don't be reckless. Let's play. Here's the SS4. Wow. So the SSN, I'm tax. I get the leftover. SS4, I don't pay tax until I pay my bills first, and I pay tax only on the leftover, no tax. Is that how rich and famous people do it too? So a corporation, division, or subsidiary. In line 1 right in front of you says legal name of entity or individual person. Are you a person? Are you real? Or are you from Mars or, whatever? Put your name on line 1. So if you play, I'll build you a division of you. Now, the only form on planet Earth, you've heard of planet Earth, right? That allows a form per entity is an SS4, because we only get one SSN. Even the form says banking and credit purpose in your face. So you can learn to play. I learned this at 9.5 years old. I paid attention while I was being used and abused. All right, I wanted out of hell. So why a corporation? Simple. We get to buffer the tax. We don't pay tax and we make a profit. From there, we get corporate credit. You can write this off the cards, the interest rate, and the lines of credit. You can't do that for personal credit. This makes you stuck and stupid. This gets you to millions. Oh, well, what can I say? And then from there, we can buy cards at fleet price. We can go get that free buffet at the hotel. And then the divisions are your line of defense. That means they're basically simple. Screw one up, go get another one, another one. Let me tell you, it's fun. Because what happens is the banks and the grocery stores do it in your face and you don't pay attention. They're cheap. They're multiple functions, buy at wholesale price. Oh, multiple credit reports and real estate separate liability in case someone slips and falls, want to kick your asset and sue you too. There's your line of defense today. We could play under the corporate umbrella for credit and liability for the tax ID. Isn't that fun with me? See, I'm going to give you a statement of guarantee. I will guarantee 100% what I say I can do for you, as long as you're part of the program and you follow through and pay attention. And you do your part. Is that okay? You got to man up and woman up today. Oh, violation. If you do a violation and I basically see this and I have to stop your case, you see, I paid for the first wrapper refresh. I'm not paying for the next one. So if you jack up cards or you apply during the program, I'm going to close your case. Simple. You got to play by the rules and the tools. See, this side changes because you got credit in the SSN. If you have a debt collection account, negotiate it because your past can't change your future. You got an IRS problem? Simple to do. IRS.gov. Download a form called 656-433A and B. See, there's a solution for everything. You just got to pay attention. The bottom line is very simple to do. So understand today. All right, I want to do a wrapper refresh for you. See, I invented wrapper rescore and wrapper refresh 38 years ago when I was playing with Ken Yarborough and Harold Stokes. Would you like a 750 score? But you got to be part of the program. And I got to repackage you. You got to follow through. Understand that because there's no free ride. You want a 750? Remember, open collection account, negotiate. Debt ratio 25-29%. And let me do a wrapper refresh. Now you got a 750 and above. And now you'll get what you want, not screw it up anymore. Learn about corporate credit too. It's called the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. There you go. Bottom line is that 750 is not hard to do. If you pay attention, you follow through too. So let's understand. I'm going to rebuild your credit if you allow me to. I'm going to put you in a wrapper refresh. I'm going to tell you to go to class on Saturday. Okay? And then I'm going to get you that 750. I'm going to charge you $999. I'm going to give you a $1,000 card. That way you can reimburse yourself 100%. Simple to do. As we do this today, I'm going to discount this on the live webinar now. If you don't do it now, that's okay. You can always come back and pay for $9.99. So let's understand today, I'm going to do it half price for you. As long as you scan that and you pay now, need credit, whatever you want to do, credit card or not, however you want to pay, now, $4.99. If not, you can always call the office and pay $1,000. It's up to you. But again, you're going to get 90 days of coaching with me. So now I only give you a $500 card with that package because I want you to get reimbursed. Or you can Zelle it and you can take a picture of Zelle now. Ray Reynolds, recipient, RayRaceCredit.com. You can Zelle now, bank transfer, deposit, or wire too. Simple. You see, you get assigned to specialists that hold your hand every step of the way. Then you get back to the class and you're stuck with me. What a concept. If you want to, or have me build you more credit, give me a bunch of referrals. If you want those referrals, you don't want me to build credit, I'll sell you 10% back to you. Is that okay? You can make $1,000 today. You just got to have some fun and play. Now, I need you to write down a phone number today. It's 888, write it down, 567-8688. Opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. You see, you're on the national mailing list. You did it because you're a voter, corporation, or you have a cable bill. That's how you get all your robocalls and junk mail. You did it to you. Congratulations. Opt out for 5 years instead. Next thing I want you to think about is planning the problem. When I was a little boy and I mowed yards, sold seeds, clackers, and everything else, bottom line for me is I'd go home and they'd steal my money and told me I was paying rent. Even though the government was paying these shit heads. All right, they took my money and they said I was paying rent at 8 years old. Didn't that suck? You know what I did? I put it in savings bonds. I couldn't understand that. Yeah, I was born a little genius. Isn't that fun? But then I wanted to understand what I bonds are. Why don't you check it out? All right, you can get 62%. How about double I bonds or double E bonds for your children who's going to go to school? All 6 of my kids got scholarships because they're geniuses too. But if yours don't, why don't you get double E bond? It doubles every 10 years. Damn, you can do it for your grandkids too. But plan the problem. You see, I think you allowed someone to rip you off and steal money from you and knock you down, probably a friend and family member, by the way. And then you spent thousands on something that you didn't know what to do. Randy here says he doesn't like Tony Baloney or Carlton Sheets. Oh, well, what can I say? I like the truth. How about we write down safety credit? And every card you get in your purse or wallet today, you put the limit there. You put basically 25% in all cards. You don't go past 29% ever. Because if you did, you screwed it up. You screw up what I designed years ago when I trained in Kenny Yarborough. Hey, how about the line of defense? So let's understand all dashboards finally. Say 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So that little sticky will help you discipline too. Ultimate goal. Bottom line is today, balance your debt. And then someone say, well, I lost my job. It's like, don't give me excuses. All I hear excuses. The bottom line is you should have asked for more credit and increased it before you jacked it up. And you should have jacked it up in the first place. See, there's a science behind the madness all along. So let's think about something today. All cards use the 29% rule, but 2. So if we look at the 2 perfect cards I'm going to tell you about today, they have 2 limits. One is paid over time. The other is unlimited to $1 million. These will help you balance your personal credit and get rid of your damn excuses. Okay, excuses do not put food on the table. All right, the bottom line is BS is BS. So gold and platinum cards. They don't report ever and bring your score down unless you screw them up. Again, it's choice. You lose your job, have an emergency, what are you going to do? Everybody does the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and they can't wait to go jack this stuff up, screw it up, bring the pain home. I don't understand. To me, that's called stupidity. You never had to do that in the first place. So understand something today. Let's say you need $5,000 now. When you need it, the bank and the friends and family tell you no. They tell you to go away. See, an entrepreneur is willing to help, and when you need it, no one's there to help you. Sound familiar? See, the average person wastes $50 every other day on a bunch of crap. Every time they go to McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever it is, Carl's Jr. See, the reality is this. This is a $5,000 car today. If I jack that sucker up, the payment's $50 a month. What the average person wastes every other day, they get to maintain a safety credit card for $5,000 and not screwed up in the first place. Like I said, all people do is have excuses. They say the average person wastes $140 a week. That's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 on a corporate credit card, I get to write off the credit card and the interest too. The payment is $612.26. The same amount the average person pisses away in a given month. You can buy 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-thru during a pandemic using some common sense. So understand today, reaching your goal is simple to do. All right, believe in you. Man, it's simple. For me, I believe in God and I believe in me. I was kicking the door jam at 10. When I started kicking the basketball, they, what? You freaked them out. Wow, not possible. You see, white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. A lot of stupid people in this world today. You got choices today. When Nixon took the gold standard out, why don't you write down Ray's rules one more time? Let's write down $100,000. Use 29%. That gives you $71,000 of safety. All right. If you ever use personal credit to start a business and do that, you jacked it up, you got stuck, you can't get any more, and you screwed it up. I'm sorry, that's just stupid. Stupid. Okay? Corporate credit, you get to write off the interest on the credit card. You let the corporation, you can bill credit to the same corp paying for itself and write it all off. And if you win, you absorb the taxation. Usually, if you lose, you bankrupt the damn division. Not the corp, not you and your family. That's kind of stupid. Everybody around, you see banks and grocery stores doing this. Don't you want to play? Do you want to have your cake and eat it too? It's simple. Ray's rule. Step number 7. Never bring the pain home. Become a certified CFO. Simple to do. As we play today, let's pay attention. There I am dead. Once you Google the address, you find out it was mine. Wow, I'm telling you the truth. I'm the most factually verified person you can find on the planet. This BS is BS. So I got to die. I have to come back. The devil wants to hold us down and knock us down too. God's delays are never God's denials. So I like to rebuild your life step by step so you break even. Everything else going to the corporation. Learn to balance your debt. Is that okay with you? Corporation is a legal person. If we get the same cards for each entity, that's over $1 million. Would you like that? The bank's not going to hand it to you. But again, that's using my blueprint. It's not legal accounting advice. It's me rebuilding you. Is that okay? Now, I've been repackaging people for 45 years. I don't know where you've been. Isn't it about time you learn the truth? You see a lot of blah, 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 and tickety dock and YouTube and all the bull crap. May I'll hold your hand personally and become your coach. Then I'll drag you up the hill and get rid of the BS excuses. You see, even like the banks, they have up to $150,000 line of credit, unsecured. How many would you like? You see, you can get to $5.4 million of checkbook money with corporate divisions. Would you like some checkbook money too? But it's up to you. Corporation's a legal person. It's right in front of you. It's chapter 18. Look at it. A corporation's a legal person that may sue or be sued. I heard that at 7.5 years old. See, I'm at the Hope family house being used and abused by Mrs. Hope. And you know, they had a poker game on a Wednesday night. I wrote my notes because I paid attention listening in the corner. You know what happened? They said a corporation's a legal person, so I wrote it down. Then the next day, I rode my little bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department, library next door. I went and said, "Ma'am, what does this mean?" She didn't say a word. She walked away. I thought she was being rude. 5 minutes later, she walked by and goes, "Here's a mark of his in the back." She was a biatch. My goodness, she's yelling at me. I'm 7.5. What am I going to do? Cry like a big baby? Hell no. I found out there's no damn blueprint on this market. You can't even find one today unless you basically get it from me. And I'm your blueprint, so pay attention today. You know what? I went back for 2 years to the library and I created my own blueprint. And I'm the founder of Helping Hand Industries. I sent away a money order, Secretary of State of California. I found out corporations are free in all 50 states at 9.5. Why did some of you spend $5,000 to a stupid attorney that didn't teach you diddly squat? I don't understand. Why not? I got 100,000 credit came in the mail. I got moved to the movie Dave. Isn't that fun? You see, I'm an affiliate as well. I'm allowed to build credit reports on your tax ID. Wouldn't that make sense? So the corporation gets cash credit, and so do the divisions. The process I designed in 85 and 86. We could have fun today. CFO. Now, I did it for my cat. Errol Stokes almost turned green. I built my cat up to $1 million. Meow. I only had one cat in my life. I don't really like cats. I'm not a cat person. But again, I found him on the PCH in the middle of the street. So I grabbed him, and then he got stuck in my truck. And I wanted to get him out, get rid of him, give him to someone who wants cats. But he stuck around, so guess what? I got a cat. So I built him credit. Now, Inc. Magazine interviewed me in what? The Bonaventure? And I said, use plastic to finance your business. So what did they put in the next group article? That same thing I told them to do. See, here's the thing. Cats have 9 lives. I'm going to get on my magic wand. You ready? I'd like all of you to take out your magic wand today and get 9 lives too. Is that okay? You see, the bottom line is you got to have a corporate umbrella. You got to have a line of defense because you didn't plan the problem. Then you got your assets kicked usually. So if you allow me to get the tax ID for you, I'm going to build the credit reports for you. And I'm going to get you cash credit and line you up for checkbook money. Is it okay? Now, there's 7 reasons why you want me to do it for you. So write it down. You can't take a picture. Number 1 is the line of defense. They're cheap, multiple functions. Buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and real estate and liability. So I'll build you an experience transfer in Equifax if you allow me to, but it's going to be up to you. So understand, I'm going to recommend 9 divisions to get you up to $1 million. But again, that's just my recommendation. You get up to you want to listen to it too, not a defense. So let's pretend you're going to pay attention today. Let me get you a gold card unlimited to $1 million and pay overtime limit too. And you'll never screw up your credit as long as you maintain it. Would you like 9 more? That'll be my next question. Would you like one for every division? Wouldn't that make more sense? So that's $1 million to $10 million of credit, finance the business, and buy the house, the franchise, all the goodies. One screws up, you get rid of the bad one like the banks and grocers, the cities do, and go get another one. Hell, why not? Your problem is you didn't learn to play. All right, do you want to come out and play with me today? It's simple to do, but you don't have to bring the pain home ever again. By the way, you never had to in the first place. If we take money off of a card, let's take $50,000. Do you know, in my book I wrote 45 years ago, it says cash flow for you per time. You can create $5,000 to $10,000 a month. All right, just from the corporation to enhance your income or replace it if you want to play. But that's going to be up to you to pay attention, because when I did my first matrix, it's in buckets of money. It was 190,000 plus a month. Isn't this fun? All right, it's all corporate credit. Having fun writing it off too. But again, do you really want 190,000 a month? Hell, I made $1 million a day. Isn't it fun? You see, business to me is a game, and I want to win. I'll show you goodies I obtained. God's gift in the mansions too. How about the 3 yachts in the backyard, helicopter, U-Docks? I like goodies, don't you? See, you could play the game and learn to win if you want to. And usually the cars in the boats say the Ray Reynolds University.com. Isn't that fun? Marketing tool. Wow, I even have it registered to a vision, because if there's a bumpy bump, I don't get sued. They don't screw me up, take all my goodies too. You can learn to play. And the hell, Harley Davidson was a division to go on the love ride with Neil Diamond a couple times. All right, I like the goodies. Don't you like the goodies too? But again, you got to pay attention and you got to play. Like I said, usually the RayReynoldsUniversity.com, we could play the game and we could win. Now, here's Max. He's our donkey. You see, I want you to cover your ass. Now, what's the difference between hiding an asset and protecting an asset? When you get the asset, protect it now, plan the problem, so when you're sued, you're not screwed. But if you try to hide it when you're being sued, sorry, it's too late. Then you're screwed. So you got choices today. You could cover your ass. That's 2. See, one of my books coming out this year is called Bullshit Doesn't Pay the Bills. Because it doesn't. BS is BS. The bottom line is you got a corporation with divisions. You do it my way, one's in trouble. What are you going to do? We're going to have a meeting. We, the board, vote and elect. We're going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I even wrote the procedure for you. You can't even screw it up. And if I can't save that division, and I'm going to try for about 6 months, I'm going to do exactly what the federal protection allows me to do, like the cities did. I'm going to bankrupt the hell out and get another one. I don't have to bring the pain on. I don't have the intent to do fraud. Neither do you. You can learn to play under tax ID, which you should have done in the first place. But again, a division. I put the paperwork together, get you the tax ID, 2000 of history, and I set up the credit reports for you. The office sells it for $1,000 each. 3 divisions is $3,000. That's a separate life. During a broadcast with me, that means now, I discounted 50% to $1,500. You see that scan right there? You can scan it on your phone now, and you can pay the $1,500 discount. But if you want to wait, it's okay. Call the office later today and spend $3,000 for 3 divisions. That's not my fault you wanted to wait. The corporate umbrella under tax ID. Whee! And then we get credit too. Isn't that fun? All right, see, debt follows tax ID, and then credit finances the business and plan the problem too. Or you can always Zelle bank transfer deposit. Now remember, I want to get you up to the $1 million to $5 million this year if you follow through. So we should have $1 million of credit cards. We should have $5 million of checkbook money. I think that should be your goal. What do you think? Now remember, I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. All right, 6 days a week. Okay, in person or online. kind of fun, repackaging you. This is my last and final year of this 6 days a week. I promised my wife and my son we'd go to our castle in Ireland, all right, and go on some business trips in 2024. I want to take out the yacht some more too. So today, I want you to understand this Saturday, I don't have classes. I have no classes on Saturday. See, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend, I'm doing my last and final, all right, 3-day event called Setting the Tone. Isn't that fun? See, if you don't want to play for 3 days in a row and learn all the steps in the 18 books, the reality is you kind of screwed up. You spend thousands, some didn't work. But again, you can play with me live in person or online. I'm going to give anybody who wants to play level 1, 2, and 3 in special classes for 90 days. On top of that, I'm going to build them up to 25,000 of credit, about 14,000 of bonuses too. As we play the game, all right, we're going to go through the maintenance founder's kit, real estate, financial, become the bank, buckets money, tax balancing too. Now, the office sells this for $10,000. They can't discount it below that, period, as of last week. This is their price they have to sell it for. From here, that scan there allows you, if you want the 50% discount through me, for $4,999, $5,000. So you get scanned and pay now, 50% off. And if you don't, it's okay. You just miss your opportunity. If you want the 3 days event online or in person, then no bonus, it's $1,000 a day. All right, it's my last and final one. So don't think about the next one because there won't be one as we do this as well. All right, it's starting in 3 days. You got to do it now. You can also Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. So become a corporate what? Ray Reynolds Millionaire member? Well, I did the last one of these in 2008. It's a 6-month program. You're stuck with me. All right, so I can add you to my new radio and TV show as a testimonial too. Interview every one of them personally, and then I inventory everyone. We look at personal business and we create a blueprint to reach the goal. And then we're going to Zoom every 2 weeks and have fun with that too. And then I'm going to call you every week and wake you up and shake you up, drag you up the hill. Bottom line is you get level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes for 6 months. So here's how it works. I'm going to give you 100,000 of credit. Normally, that's 10%. That's 10 grand. Then I want to teach you how to get it into 5 million. I'll teach you how to play that game too. 6-month program. The office has to sell it now for $35,000, 35 grand. I sold it for 50 in 2008. So today, for me, during this webinar, you get it for 10,000. You want to pay in full, you say 10%. If you use you want to pay 5,000 down and 1,000 a month, you could do that too. But again, this is my last and final one. And you just use that scan right there. If it's not done now, credit card, whatever you want to do, don't worry, you missed your opportunity. There's no one on this planet that teaches and preaches what I do and the rules and tools that I created. How I get to million to billion. You might want to play. Don't miss your opportunity. By the way, if you did the 6-month program, you get Setting the Tone for free. It's the last and final one anyway. It starts in 3 days. So you can also Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire too. Ultimate goal, I got specialty classes. And they rotate every 8 weeks, they rotate again and again. But this Saturday, I don't have any specialty classes because I'm busy doing the 3-day event. Now, don't forget, all right, lines of credit, unsecured, up to 150. It's called checkbook money. I like checkbook money too. Up to 5.4 million, you have corps and divisions, but you can learn to play too, but it's up to you. Every cash application requires a certified CFO. All right, to be on the application to build the cash credit to the corporate, the divisions, you have no way around it. From here, remember, there's 2 perfect cards I always say. You can use these so you can balance your personal debt and quit screwing up. And the bottom line is simple. They don't use the 29% rule. On top of that, they have 2 limits paid over time and unlimited to $1 million. If you ever want me to build one of those, I charge $9.99 for each one of them. Ultimate goal. Now, if you want 100,000 of credit, it's 10%. 50,000, 10, 25, 10. But again, during the broadcast, I offer discounts, and you have to do it now, and you'll get it for 60%. 60% discount. So 100,000 is not 10 right now; it's $39.99. Again, You can Zelle, or you can take one of those scans and pay now. But if you don't do it during the broadcast, you kind of blew it. All right, Zelle, bank transfer deposit too. So let's understand something, what most people do. They take their personal credit, they jack it up, get stuck, can't run diddly squat, start a business, and they brought the pain home. They did the opposite. Then they don't plan the problem, and they get their assets kicked. If we use corporate credit, all right, because borrow money is not taxed, so we get to write up the credit card and trade line of credit. We win, we absorb the taxation usually. If we lose, we bankrupt a division, never the corporate, not my family. Why do people bring the pain home? When you retire, your bills don't go away. You might want to think about your cake you need it too. Raise rules, become a certified CFO, and never bring the pain home again. Is that okay? See, one hand should stand up and say, SSN, I'm a duck and I'm sheep. The other hand should say, SS4, I don't pay any tax till I make a profit. Hey, it's the IRS public record. You can check it out yourself too. IRS.gov, download it 1244. You could actually get to the point you never pay almost no tax ever again. See, by playing by the rules, you get to win. If I gave you a check for $1 million a day, what would you do? I'm sorry, you put it in your personal bank account. I'd say that's silly and dumb. You only get to keep $375. I would have told you to put it in a corporation or division of you, keep all the money, pay all the damn bills, and then pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. Is that how the rich and famous people do it too? Probably. But again, today you get to learn to play. So let's think about something today. The United States of America Incorporated. They set up 50 corporations. They call them states. States set up corporations called cities. And they plan the problem in front of you. They even invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act, public record, to wipe out the debt and stay in business. You could have played the same game since day one. Why haven't you? Oh, you like bringing the pain home? I don't think so. So why don't you Google bankruptcy today? Google it. See what it says. SSN, SS4. Who's going to be the duck the next time in the roller coaster of life kicks your ass in? You and your family, corporate division or subsidiary. You get to plan the problem. You always could, step 10. But again, what do you get to do? Let me add you to my credit system. So from here, if you want $1 million of credit up to that, I'm going to say I won't build unless you join the classes. I have to teach you the rules and tools not to screw it up, to be that certified CFO. Now, what happens with most people who got a corporation before they met me, they paid $3,000 to $5,000 for a piece of paper, and they didn't learn diddly squat. They killed money from an attorney, CPA, and incorporated service. I mean, come on. I've been giving articles for free for 45 years. I found out when there was 9.5, damn it, they're free. California alone, you usually pay a filing fee. They waived that fee till June of this year. You don't have to be a sheep. You can learn to play. Why not today? Let's start with a starter package. Okay, for beginners. This is a beginner package. It's very simple. National average for corporation right now on Google is $3,000. Okay. How about we rebuild your credit, rapid score, articles also taxi if you don't have it. I'll give it to you for free. Set up level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Or not this Saturday, but normally. So Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's get you $5,000 of credit, and let's get you, because they're going to charge you $1,999, 2.5 times your money back with a $5,000 of credit, right? During a broadcast with me, as I'm going to train you to be the CFO, all right, and go to class, I'm going to discount that half price. There's a scan right there. You can basically pay now, credit card, PayPal, whatever you need to do, Venmo, whatever it is, go for it. ACH too. From there, understand, $9.99. You can do now. That's 5 times your money back. But if you don't do it now, it's okay. Call the office and pay $2,000. It's up to you. The reality is I'm discounting only during the webinar with you. From there, here's $1 million in the making. $5,000. You get $25,000 of credit. That's 5 times your money back. Don't worry, nobody does this on the planet besides me. So what am I going to do? Discount that one? Of course I am. How about we discount it to $24.99 and you scan and pay now. Credit card, PayPal, whatever you need to do, ACH too. Let's give you 10 times your money back. It's better than being in Vegas. You get to win every time. Blackjack. So it's $24.99. You basically can do what? Scan now. But from there, we got choices today. You get 90 days of coaching. And on top of that, the discounts during the broadcast. You can also Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. Remember, I want you to beat your doubt, run your race, but please get out of my way or I repackage you. because you're just going to get in my way. Listen and learn. From there, the bottom line is very simple, like Giddy Pass Go. I like goodies, don't you? I didn't like eating out of a trash can and being used, abused at 3. It sucked. So I like God's gift. The mansions in the harbor, the race boats that say the Ray Reynolds University.com, and the yachts too, helicopters, U-Docks. Oh, I like the Ferraris. I like the Lamborghinis and the buildings too. Why not? You see, I'd like you to change your driver's license today. PO Box and mail and address protect your privacy. I'd like you to look at your car right now when you drive. Think about it. You went to the dealership, got sweated for 5 hours. They treated you like a dirt. They treated you like worse than a duck. And then you lost 5,000 and got the 9 inquiries. I mean, you allow them to do this to you. All right, I don't get that. But when they gave you that paper, all right, to run the credit, you could have said this was one inquiry, took a picture. You should have set your tone. Simple to do. So the bottom line is, I'm sorry to say, the way you bought your car sucks. But again, I'll show you what I want you to do. How about fleet price, tax ID, division? We don't need gap insurance. We don't have to worry about the 1099-C. It doesn't show up on personal reports. It's a corporate car. You're basically a certified CFO. Wow, what are we going to do? You see, if you're the registered owner and you're the bumpity bump, and all those nice billboards of all the attorneys on TV that say they're number one, and they interrupt every social thing you're watching, all right? Because you've been in the back seat, you in an accident, would you like this check from a bloodsucker? See, if you're the registered owner, you're a duck. But if it's the division, they're going to get diddly squat. Again, I plan the problem. What about you? Planning the problem, all right? Stop bringing the pain home. What a concept for you. Every property should be a division. You don't know who's going to slip and fall and sue you, try to scare you out. Your house payments offset your paycheck. Amazon didn't pay any tax on the first 10 billion to trade. Why would they pay tax? They know how to play, don't you? There's no loophole. All right, he bought Twitter within 24 hours with a line of credit. He's got a spaceship. So do the other two guys. They got spaceships too. You could play, but you got to pay attention, and you could win the battle too. Again, step 15, 10 more to go. Money into more money. Reference of 3 times 5. Think about it. Write it down, because I'm going to show you what I've been teaching millionaires to become billionaires. Carl here, he's got it correct and he's done it right. He don't pay state or federal tax into the billions. Walt Disney had $1 billion in cash. They're supposed to pay tax. They didn't want to, so they wrote an IOU to themselves. They'd pay no damn tax. It's in Newsweek. They're going to deduct taxes. So you got choices. Think about the division of you receiving money and daisy chaining of credit and be a CFO. But again, it gives you an opportunity to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. So I build credit under tax IDs. The office sells it for $9.99. I discount half price during here to $4.99 for you. And you get the Zelle bank transfer deposit. If not, you always call the office and pay $1,000. That's up to you. You're assigned a specialist that holds your hand every step of the way. Then you're stuck with me. Run your life through a corporation or conjunction, please. The next thing I want you to think about is pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, your paycheck, don't they call it taxable income? Then you get the leftover. You paid for the car, the gas, the registration, insurance. Why don't you yell no and start driving a company car now, today? All right, write it all off too, but it's up to you. Why don't you go to basic and understand, get an SS4 today. Line 10 there says banking and credit purposes. You can go to irs.gov, it's public record. You can find out I'm telling you the truth. You don't have to be a duck. When they see you, you got a duck. You can learn to play the right way too. Now, when Nixon took that gold standard out, remember Mama, she had to get an SSN within 2 hours of baby's breathing. The baby's going to get in the stroller, car seat. The baby's going to go to work, right? The bottom line is everything's rules and tools. When you buy a house, it's escrow, close, homestead, trust. You have a house today not in a trust, that's called stupidity. When you sue you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck into probate, and your family got diddly squat. When you hire a contractor to fix up a property, and they hire the subcontractor, they'll stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. When they slip, fall, and cut corners, and they sue you, they take everything you got. If you did it my way, hell, they're going to get diddly squat. Why not? Why don't you look at your irrevocable trust? That's the ultimate goal, but it's going to be up to you. By the way, that's basically step 19. You can learn to play. You got 6 more to go. And I get people every day saying, I don't want to pay tax, Ray. I tell them to knock off the garbage or the crap. You can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. So get back to irs.gov 4656 433AB. Get yourself back in the system today. You see, you got to understand step 20. You got to play within the system. That's how you play the game. You got to play to win. But that's up to you too. From there, I want you to be an OPM. I want you to understand you can save up to 70%. And you don't pay a bill up to 90 days. And if it's an escrow and you close escrow, you got 200,000 left over. What do? Most people act like the rich, piss it away, and they're broke the next day. I would have told you use Ray's rules, leverage money, borrow money, it's not taxable, and set up your line of defense. By the way, that's step 21 called blackjack. You win. What a concept too. So if you listen today, there's my location when I died in the coma. Simple. 22,000 square feet, Irvine Spectrum, One Technology Drive. But I got to die, I got to come back, and someone stole my life. What am I going to do? Nope. I built $1 million credit. 6 weeks. I don't stay down. Neither do you from now on. Let me hold your hand. I'll rebuild your life, and you'll never bring the pain home ever again. Using my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. But it's going to be up to you to pay attention today. And yes, I will always tell you what to do because I don't want you to screw it up. All right? 1,000 Steps to Millionaire, CFO, certified CFO, repackaging you, checkbook money. Well, I like that too. So we could play the game when we get to win because a corporation is a legal person right in front of you says it may sue or be sued. So divisions of corporation getting cash credit. We set up our line of defense. We have a corporate umbrella. The bottom line is we set up the tax ID and credit reports. And what does that do? One screws up, you go get another one. You get another life. What a concept. 9 divisions should be done up to the $1 million, if not more. Bottom line is line of defense. So what do we get to do? Well, I'm going to do the tax ID, the credit reports, add 2,000 of history, and then basically do it for you. The office sells them for $1,000 a piece, 3 for $3,000. I discount them 3 for $1,500 on the webinar. You can scan now if you want, or you can call the office and pay $3,000. It's up to you. You want to build a corporate umbrella, liability under tax ID, and then you want to get the credit. That way you get to win both ways. You see, or you can Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. So 45 years helping people all the time. All right, this is my last and final year, 6 days a week. 6 days a week in front of people or online, helping people. The only person on this planet that's done that. So 2024, going to the council in Ireland, all right, and going to go on business trips, having fun. So this year you can play. Now I got Setting the Tone coming up this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you're not there online or in person, you screwed up. You spent thousands on crap that didn't work. All right, here's a program that'll work 100% of the time. Again, if someone does this, they get level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes and 25,000 of bonus cash credit, 14,000 of bonuses. So here we're going to go to the Founders Kit, real estate, personal, and business as well. And then there's your scan. The office has to sell for $10,000. That's their price. I discount half price to $5,000. You can scan, pay, PayPal, whatever it is, Venmo, whatever it is, or ACH, your credit card now. That's how you save your 50%. From there, if you don't want bonuses, it's $1,000 a day. It's very simple to understand. From there, we're going to make sure you understand this starts in 3 days. Time's up. From there, you got choices. Today, you can also Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. The Ray Reynolds Millionaire Member. What do we get to do? Simple. 6 months. You're stuck with me. The last one I did was 2008. Interview you, inventory you, blueprint you. 6 months. All right, we're going to be doing Zelle every 2 weeks. Phone calls to wake you up and shake you up weekly. Level 1, 2, and 3 specialty classes too. 100,000 of credit by this itself. That's 10 grand. But I'm going to do that in this whole program for you. And the bottom line is teach you how to daisy chain it up to $5 million. From here, it's a 6 months commitment from me to you. The office has to sell for $35,000 now. From there, I discount it to 10. Pay in full, save 10%. From there, your choice is put $5,000 down and then make 5 payments of $1,000. Okay, ultimate goal. From there, there's the scan to pay the 5 now. Ultimate goal. If you do this 6 months one, you get Setting the Tone for free. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. From here, what's going to happen? It's the last and final one. So that you can always Zelle, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. What are you willing to lose? I made a promise as a kid I'd never have a family. I'd never want to get married and have kids. No way. All I got is used and abused. I didn't get a mommy and a dad. I had no family. So unless I could figure a way never to bring the pain home ever, then I would get married. The next promise I made, I'd never hold a child unless it was my own child if I had kids. I kept both promises. What did you do? Your corporation gets sued, they sue you. Divisions give you the line of defense, and we play chess today. We both lose on both sides, pieces. But my way, we both win. That's step 23, by the way. So if you want to refer people, you can get money or credit for you. It's simple. You can make up to 1,000 a day. See, I like goodies. I didn't like being used and abused, and that's what motivated the hell out of me to be smarter than anybody I ever met. So understand today. Reach in the dream, think to be the impossible, raise rules, making millionaires using corps and divisions, and training people to be a certified CFO. I've done that for 45 years. Getting to my system, I rebuild you. I analyze you. I tell you what you need to do. From there, never have joint credit, ever. It's just in the way. Buy a house. It's escrow, close, homestead, trust. In the future, you'll buy a house through the trust. The corporation's just a piece of paper. They're free. Pay a little filing fee. From there, real estate, franchise, current business, and the line of defense. Raise rules are very simple. I give bonus credit to take away your excuses. All right, it's always usually 100% of times 10 your investment. You get to build the business and write it all off with no excuses. Excuses do not put food on the table. There's step 24. Up to you. So if you let me rebuild you, all right, I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to sing Kumbaya. Ultimate goal, analyze. You have to do what you're asked to do. Wrap or refresh. From there, 750 score. I'm going to repackage every one of you. So what do I have to do? Simple. All right, rebuild your credit files, tear them apart in my system. Wrap or rescore. All right, go to class on Saturday. You get a 750. I charge you $9.99 and give you $1,000 card back and reimburse yourself. During the broadcast today, I'm discounting it half price for you for $4.99. Ultimate Go, you can scan, pay however you need to pay. All right, again, a credit card, whatever ACH needs to be done. During that, you get 90 days of coaching. From there, I'm going to give you a $500 card to reimburse you for the $4.99. From there, you got starter package, rebuild the credit, wrap or rescore. You don't have articles, also tax lead, I'll hand them to you for free. Set up level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 5,000 of credit, 2.5 times your investment at 2,000. Train you to be the CFO, but I discount this today to $9.99. It's a giveaway. The average person wastes $999 a month. You scan it now. Simple to do. And you get 90 days of coaching. That discount is only during this webinar with me, period. It will not be honored if it's called to a specialist because I have to pay them a commission. Million in the making is 5,000 because you get 25,000 of credit, 5 times your investment. During the broadcast, it's discounted to $24.99. That gives you 10 times your investment. And you scan now. Ultimate goal, 90 days of coaching. Broadcast is only the discount. You can also Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. So everyone should be a corporate millionaire through the corporate structure and the divisions. If your banks and grocery stores can do this in your face, and you've been wanting to know how they do it under subsidiaries, we're going to use my system to do it under divisions. We're going to stop bringing the pain home, become certified CFOs, and reprogram our brain into millionaire status while we start looking behind the curtain. As we do this today, keep in mind we stay safe, we stay strong, we do our best, Jesus does the rest, amen to that too. So the ultimate goal, what I offered as discounts is good now. If you don't do it now, all you have to do is call the office at 800-510-3338 and understand you will be paying a little bit more because they do make a commission. So the reality today is very simple. All right, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And we never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.